Good morning, everybody. My name is Akshay. She is Shreyanka. And together we are this platform for Residents Welfare Association. Now, amongst the crowd that we have, how many of you are living in gated communities, such as apartments or villas? That's great. So, what is your experience there? Is it a safe place to live in? Is it a clean place to live in? Everything is fine over there. So, what do you think? How do you think it is happening? I mean, what is it that is driving the overall cleanliness of the place, or if in case it is a secure premise? So, what do you think? Who is the person who is driving that particular place?
So, how it has happened is over the years, obviously it was not perfect for the first 1 or 2 years. Then we found a rhythm on, what it has to be. And the checklist was made ready, and people are allocated who was accountable for that checklist, and it got followed up promptly. And of course, there was that's how it got implemented. So first 2 years, it would have not been great, and then you get the rhythm right, make it a checklist, and then follow it up as well.
So who made that checklist? The residents itself.
Yeah.
Right. So in any gated community, usually it's the secretary or the president who is driving these two things. So he is one of our ICPs. We are going to sell our product to them. They are the ones who are relentlessly working. It's a thankless job for them. They don't have any monetary gains out of it, but they are just trying to solve make the premise better. So they are in turn hiring the vendors, security vendor, housekeeping vendor, motor repair if in case motor burns out. They are the ones who are finding a motor vendor. Anybody who has faced any issues with their apartment, anything which is not working, maybe in the past your apartment was not functioning properly. Why it has happened is that they are not able to figure out the right vendor for them. So it starts from there itself. So that is the issue we are trying to solve. The overall platform that we are working on is going to find the right set of people for the for the secretary and president, do their performance management, generate bills on behalf of the different vendors that are there, then onboarding and integrating within the apartment also. That is what we are going to do. So one ICP, as I told you, is the RWAs, the secretary and the president. The second ICP for us are the vendors who are going to work on in these apartments. We basically are going to target those vendors, screen them, build a profile for them, see where in which all nearby apartments they are working, what is their capability, and build a profile for them, and in turn get a rating from the RWAs on a quarterly basis to assess what they are doing. Okay. As I told initially, hours of times is being spent by the secretary and the president on different tasks of the apartment. Still they end up doing it wrong. Okay. One challenge that exists is, as I told earlier also, that finding the right set is very difficult, right vendor is very difficult, because what happens, how the decision making is happening right now is the secretary or the president, they are trying to Google certain vendors who are present, or they are trying to contact nearby societies to ask for the references of those categories of services that they need. Whether those 5 or 6 vendors that they are able to tap is suitable for them, it's difficult to find out. So what we are trying to do is expand the horizon. If in case any secretary proposes a requirement, that requirement immediately will be shared with our vendors who will be present across the Bangalore, and if they are interested, then they can show their interest and we can make the matchmaking happen between the two. So we are expanding the horizon. Wherever there is a need, we are trying to digitize it and overall increase the reach of the RWS as well as the vendors as well. Okay. Why are we better? Right now, this entire process is being done manually. Nobody is, of course, MyGate is there. They are into gate management. NBH is there. They are also primarily into gate management. Just Dial, it is a very generic way of searching the vendors. So these three players are doing it, but we are doing specifically for RWAs. We are building a mechanism for the rating of the vendors, which will help the apartments to take a better decision. Okay, this is the market size that we have. We target, of course, it is at a very nascent stage. We are still working on developing the MVP, and we are still working on developing the strategy for the entire product. We expect that for each apartment that we onboard, we should be able to make 12,000 in annually. Okay, so in total there are 1 lakh apartments in Bangalore. If we extrapolate that number, usually there are 14 to 50 lakh apartments across India, and we are trying to tap that. This is the so in 20 years we are targeting to track some 1 lakh apartments. In another 1-2 years we are targeting to tap some 10,000 apartments. Okay, so we are working on the prototype. We are working on developing the MVP right now. There is a technical co-founder as well who is not here. He is working on developing the MVP for us, and we are discussing with different RWAs as well. So what could potentially be included in our product so that it gives a value to them. Okay, this is going to be primarily as of now. This is going to be primarily our revenue model, wherein we are going to earn of the overall service value. We are going to earn from the vendor side 1 to 2% of their overall service value that is there. From an RWA perspective, we intend to automate the auditing that they are doing, not the auditing, accounting that they are doing, the GST filing, and of course there is going to be a gate management app. So for that, we intend to charge them some 3 to 4 rupees per flat based on the number of flats that will vary. Okay. Of course, there will be advertisement revenues as well. Using our platform, different brands can be associated with us, and we can spread the words to residents. Okay, so there are numerous benefits. Apartment like mine, where I am currently staying, spends approximately 50,000 in accounting as well as GST compliance, just from a service provider part I am talking about. So that we can, if we are able, if we automate, that cost definitely goes away. Performance monitoring is one of the main thing that is going to happen from a vendor's point of view. Everybody is pissed off with a vendor, they replace it, but what happens after that? There is no recording, there is no rating mechanism to check those things. So that is going to definitely impact the future decision making and improve the overall performance of the vendors as well. That's our product that we are working on, and I'm open to the questions if in case anybody has.
You said you're still in MVP, right?
Yes, sir. We are still in MVP.
Fundamental question. Given this, I know, I should put this up front that I know a lot of, as I said, I know BF people, and I hear the complaints of all the RWA secretaries and presidents day in and day out. So with that background, I'm just making this. It's a thankless job. It's no pay, no reward, absolutely nothing. Just get brickbats from everyone who's doing that. Right. That's a given. You already have a MyGate or some form of, version of managing community. If you are asking them to say, hey, what, now put this one more thing in your phone and start using this. As it is, I have no bandwidth to listen to people. Why would they listen to you?
Okay, so what is MyGate doing? It's a gate management app. So entries and exits, whatever is happening inside a society, they're primarily managing that. That is one of the feature that we are having. Our core feature is finding the right fit vendor for the society. That feature MyGate does not have. That feature NBH does not.
They're not even bringing it. So yeah, given.
So they're not even bringing. Yes.
Yeah, I know them. So okay. So the question that I would rather ask, and I would rather give as a suggestion.
Sure.
Why don't you make this as a vendor integration model? model. Concentrate only on the vendors rather than look at RWAs as your end goal. You be the Uber of vendors.
That is how the matchmaking is going to happen.
I know, but then the philosophy or the product, the way you are designing will have to be very different. You'll have a version for your, just like your driver app versus the user app for Uber. That way you'll have to have two different versions of it. If you're not thinking of it at a design level, you can never get it going. Currently you may think of it as one version where you are bringing in vendors also and this also and putting them. From a design perspective, since you are still at MVP level, think of this change. Because RWAs, talking to them, getting their time and getting them to sign up is a challenge unless you have 1,000 vendors sitting on your app. Right? Each one you should be able to say for your STP, you should be able to say I have 50 vendors sitting there who are doing this.
Yes.
Rated. For waste management, I have these many vendors sitting there who have done this. For electricity and other DG and other things, I have these many people who are doing this. Lift management, these many. Unless you go with that kind of a thing, nobody is going to listen to you. That would be my feedback.
Sure.
But yeah, apart from that,
Actually, I'll take a slightly different take. So this is a supply and demand thing as well. So for example, if I'm an apartment and I come to your app and I identify the vendors and I may not even use the app again, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
And because whatever is the issue that I have with the vendor, I will sort it out with him. I will not come back to you. So that means your recurring revenue might not happen from the RWA. But if that happens, right, if there are say 100 apartments that come to your platform today, they are identified the vendors, that 100 apartments go out of the platform tomorrow because they may not be coming back to you. In that case, what happens is your vendors will not have the apartments now because they are already taken up.
True.
So, two things is the recurring revenue goes out from that side.
True.
Second is I come to a platform which is empty,
True.
where I'm not able to see any apartments.
True.
And so this is one thing that I observe.
True.
Third is if they see this as a problem that I can live with, then it becomes very difficult. As Karthik also pointed out, they have my gate. So the way you're positioned is still not very clear to me.
Okay.
What is it that you're exactly trying to do? And that happened because you didn't tell me about what is exactly happening currently in the apartment. You asked me whether I had the problem, of course. But you need to be able to tell it to me, this is what is happening in the apartment and this is how the apartment is losing so much money. So that then you say that, yeah,
Quantify it.
only when you draw the complete journey, you'll be able to say, how acute this problem is, how much it is costing. Then you'd say, this is how my solution will be able to solve it for you. That is one thing. And again, the ICP part. Who is your apartment in this way? Will a Prestige come and work with you? Or an apartment which has already sorted out the problems, like the one mine, will we come and work with you? I don't know. So in that case, your ICP also cannot be, apartments.
All the apartments. Noted.
It cannot be all the apartments. So you need to say which is the right apartment. So these are some of the observations that I have.
Sure.
And even FMS, facility management. Most of it is legacy. As he said, it's a discovery phase for once the RWA gets formed and they do it for a 2-year period. Most of the times the builder would have created, will be in-house managing the business. So facility management team. So the facility management appoints all the vendors, everything. So they carry on with it.
Starting they carry. Just to give you a little bit of background, I worked as a RWA secretary for 2 years. Okay, we took the handover from the builder. Yes, all the vendors that were there from the builder, we carried them forward. But every vendor has got its threshold in terms of providing the right size. In terms of finding the right fit, you are saying, so far whatever I have experienced, there is no right fit. Because the performance of the vendor deteriorates over the course of time. Either if you're talking about a apartment like Prestige or Shobha, they are high cost vendors, so they are able to maintain the quality that they are having. What about the apartments that are mid-sized or small size? They are sitting at a low cost. There the performance of the vendor takes a hit after certain amount of time. So in
So
yeah.
that is an assumption that,
Yeah.
let me take it, at this point of time, let me take it as an assumption. If that is an assumption and if that is right as well, then it has to come out.
Ha.
Like when you
Taken, point.
Because mine
Point
is
taken.
not, I'm not in Prestige, so
Ha.
I'm outside a mid-tier. But if you ask me, are the vendors churning? I wouldn't say no, they are not at all churning. Because from the vendor point of view, I'm losing a client.
Correct.
Why would I lose a client?
Note.
See, no secretary wants to come in and say something is happening, it's happening good, they'll continue. Unless,
certainly.
don't fix something that's not broken. That's
Until
the
unless
philosophy everyone gets
it
into.
goes completely out of that hand because
So,
there are a lot
so
of
that's
issues.
where, that was the reason I came up with saying, take the Uber model of this
No.
one and think through it. We
No.
can always have a discussion.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much. Any other questions anybody is having? Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much.